of 1 to 10, how bad is the pain? I have been asked this more times than I can count. And sometimes maybe I can answer it. Sometimes I can't. A lot of the times I freeze and I just overanalyze, or I can't get the words out to describe, or I can't put a number to it. Hi, I'm Sally, and I'm from Life and Colour Coaching. Today I want to talk about something a bit different, the 1 to 10 pain scale. Why it doesn't always work well for a lot of neurodivergent people, including me, and what actually works better, or what might work better instead. I live with a lot of chronic health issues. Pain is just a part of my everyday life, like it is for a lot of us. Most of the time, I'm one of the lucky ones and I can manage my pain. Sometimes I can't. And those times, I really need more support than I'm currently getting. And that's when I get asked the question, how bad is your pain? From 1 to 10. And almost every time I find this impossible to answer. I'll say a number that's lower than what's actually true because, I don't want to be accused of being a hypochondriac. Or I'll just say, I don't know, not because I'm unsure if the pain is real, but because the question itself doesn't really match how I actually experience my body. And that answer, the low number, the I don't know, it often means I get dismissed or my pain doesn't get taken as seriously as it should. So in this video, I'm going to cover 3 things. Why the pain scale fails a lot of neurodivergent people, why it can be a weaker tool than most of us have been believing for many years, and what to ask instead, whether you're the one in pain or the one asking. So what are some of the reasons why the pain scale fails us as neurodivergent people? Number 1 is around our interoception. So this is the sense that lets you notice what's happening inside your body. So it might be hunger, thirst, temperature, pain. In a lot of autistic and ADHD people, this sense works quite differently. Some people are hyposensitive, so they need to have a really big feeling in order for their brain to process that information. So it might mean that they might not register an injury or a flare until it's really serious. That delays getting help. Others are hypersensitive, and the signals that their brain receives are so intense that trying to compress it into a single number just doesn't work. Another reason why the pain scale sometimes fails us as neurodivergent people is naming it. And this relates to our alexithymia. So even once you do notice that there is something going on inside your body and you are experiencing pain, putting it into words is a completely separate skill, and it doesn't always come easily. Around 50 to 60% of autistic people are alexithymic. We also see really high levels in the ADHD population as well. So we might know that something is wrong, but we can't use words or language to say where or how bad or what kind of pain it is. And when you ask that person for a number, you're asking them to skip several steps that they haven't actually been able to complete yet. That's why I don't know is often a really honest answer. It's not a non-answer. A third reason why we often see the pain scale failing neurodivergent people is around masking. So this is one that catches a lot of people out, including clinicians. We can be completely calm, composed, and articulate in a consultation, but still be in significant pain. A lot of neurodivergent people are very good at staying composed under stress, and I've talked about this in the past. That's not a sign that the pain is mild. It's a practice skill, and it can hide exactly how much pain someone's actually in. Now, I want to be really clear here. This isn't a dig at medical professionals. I've worked with brilliant medical professionals, and a lot of the care that I have received has been genuinely excellent from people who look at way more than just a number. Assessing pain properly is complex work. The number's one input, but it's not the whole picture. And most good clinicians already know that. But it's still usually the first question. Now, this isn't just a neurodivergent issue. This isn't only an accessibility issue. The 1 to 10 scale can be a lesser tool than what we've believed for a long time. The gap between a 2 and a 4 isn't reliably the same size as the gap between a 6 and an 8. And a person's number doesn't reliably predict what treatment they actually need. So this isn't just make an exception for neurodivergent people. It's this tool that we've used for a really long time. Maybe it's not as precise as we've been treating it instead. Now, the good news is there's lots of different things. There's lots of different alternatives. And it's about having a toolbox of alternatives that can be supportive for lots of different people. We can ask about function, not just intensity. For example, what can you not do today that you normally could do? Can you sleep? Can you get dressed? Can you concentrate on a conversation just as much as you could before? That's something that most people can report accurately because it's concrete, it's not abstract. Ask what's changed. Is this new? Is it worse than usual? Is it better than usual? Ask where it is specifically. So body mapping, literally pointing to or marking where it hurts. And this sidesteps the whole give me a number problem. Keep in mind, if there are significant interoception issues, this may be really, really difficult to do. There's a number of real tools that have been built around exactly this. Some approaches include the functional pain scale, which gives us some wording of how to word some questions to identify the functional impact, and a pain awareness scale, which was developed specifically for autistic adults. If you're neurodivergent and you're dreading the next rate your pain from 1 to 10, you don't have to force yourself into that format. You can say, numbers don't work well for me. Can I describe what it's stopping me from doing instead? Or bring a written note. You're allowed to do that. Now, I do understand that this is a significant cognitive load as well. The 1 to 10 scale, it's not going anywhere overnight. And I'm also not saying that this is a tool we should completely abandon. But it doesn't have to be the only way we get to be understood. I've written a full article on this in my LinkedIn page, and I've also developed a free practical guide that takes you through what are the impacts, what are the barriers, and practical tools to support alternatives to the 1 to 10 pain scale. You can reach out to me, or they're on my website, or they're on my Facebook page. If you're a clinician, this workbook was written specifically for you too. If this was useful, please hit subscribe. I talk about lots of neurodivergent affirming practice like this regularly. Thanks for watching.